Hello, everybody. Welcome to your daily pop of positivity. I hope everybody is safe and sound after all these crazy storms that were raging across the Northeast over the last couple of days. And I hope, you guys are all warm and cozy and you have everything that you need. Blessings to everybody out there. I live in Connecticut, so we were on the very mild end of things, but oh my goodness, Massachusetts and some other places were really hit hard. So interesting how I decided I wanted to make like a fun little treasure chest, and then this was actually the first card that came out of the deck. So this just lets us know that we really, really are always protected and divinely directed. Honest to goodness, I have had so many wonderful quiet voices in my ears, synchronicities, things that have had me stop and pause, that has saved me great discomfort or injury because of divine guidance and guardian angels and things all around me all the time. So even if it's a time of great risk, we need to understand that on a fundamental level, we're always going to be able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound no matter what fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. I know every once in a while, like other people, I'm sure we just get this wave of concern about like our finances, for instance, right? How much do we have in the coffers? Are we able to pay for this school, this fee, this amount? I remember the days I've had such a crazy fluctuation in money in my life when I've inherited money, and then money was it was no object. I could go out and buy a car on my lunch break. I could travel, do whatever I wanted. And then there were other times, seriously, where I've had one too many things in my shopping cart and had to put one or two things back. Like, we all go through that, the ebb and flow, very, very abundant, and then sometimes meager means. So with this, we just have to remember that our loyalty is an important theme right now. Nurture everything which we really hold dear. Good time to strengthen bonds of friendship, ensure their integrity. If you feel tested or they feel tested right now, right? Know a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim, and take refuge under this beautiful angel's wing. I love the little bird on this umbrella and the little crown right there that, your crown is safe. Nobody's going to come down and scoop it and leave you homeless, foodless, or whatever. I think on my main list of concerns is first, what is my mental state, mental health wise? How do I feel right now? Do I feel like, the world's my oyster and there's all these opportunities for me to learn and grow and be creative? I usually wake up with, honest to goodness, I'm just one of those people. I wake up. I do not delve too far into the future, so I have concerns about that, because whatever needs to manifest and show up for me financially, fundamentally, intellect-wise, information, resources, they have always appeared for me. I have never been left in a drought for long, and these things reestablish themselves due to the fact that I have gratitude for whatever I have. Meager means, massive abundant means, always have, this beautiful, like this reminds me of, what it reminds me of too is in the day when Scandinavian clans, after they've raided, they had so much gold and silver, usually silver, money, whatever, when they raided the churches, that each of the kings, princes, or earls would have their most loyal family members go bury the treasure, go bury it for when they needed to pay off troops, hire other people for battle, whatever they had to do. And they would literally just bury things all over the place. And it reminded me of that. And sometimes I like to step back and go, what really is a treasure in my life? And that is my mental state and the mental state of the people that I love and my family and my clients. Also, my thirst for wanting to know new things and new knowledge and advance in them, whether it is, I'm really, really big into psychology, because I feel like if we look after and look for the things that replenish us, restore us, and make us feel good and in a stable state, grounded and safe, everything stems from there, right? Do we feel loved? Do we feel purposeful? Do we feel good? That is our treasure right now. But really, don't have any fear. Everything that you need will show up for you. Embrace this beautiful time, the fact that you have food, the fact that you are curious about what's coming tomorrow. The fact that you look around and you have pets and family and purpose. Whether even today, if it's just to get up and take a shower and brush your teeth and have a little self-care, if that's what you got in your repertoire, go for it. There are days where I'm like, I do the bare minimum just because I need to replenish my bandwidth. My cat's about to do a leap. Woo! If you saw everything jiggle, I knew she was going to do a leap. But I also want to add to this the wishing well. I love these cards. They're so bright and beautiful. And you guys, I'm so excited. I misplaced my Colette Baron Reed Good Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. The artwork is so beautiful and warm, so I just reordered a new one. I mean, I have a partial deck, but what happens is I travel with my decks. I take parts of them, and it's all over the place, so I'm really excited. And I also have a new crystal grid deck coming. I'm really excited to use. No, that was part of my wishing well. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. And I am a wild card with this because I tell you what, I love treasures, and I being a jewelry designer, I make things and then I almost have a hard time relinquishing them or putting them in the store, or especially if they're like custom made things for people, and I fall in love with it. But here's the interesting thing. If I can simply wear it once and experience it, I'm able to let go of the attachment of ownership. The fact that I experienced it is enough. And I love that, because desire is this important impulse to create life. You know, now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of a new life. It's an aha moment where everything makes sense. Maybe recognizing a soulmate or conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well card awakens us to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings, which we love because they're special, they're dynamic. We haven't experienced them before, right? Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where all this new life is co-created in a really magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. It's insight, right? It's that spark. It's that glimmer of, oh, I would love to do this. I would love to experience this, create this, make this. Last night while I was watching TV, I made 15 pieces of jewelry. Even Ian's like, he wasn't really paying attention to me making it because I was on the other end of the couch with my little light going. And as I made them, I just piled them on the little coffee table in front of me. And he's like, why are you pulling all your jewelry out? I'm like, I'm not. I just made these. He's like, you just made this whole stack of jewelry while we were watching these shows? And I'm like, yeah, like I get inspired by the colors I see on the screen. You know, to that end, we can't control the process of growth, right? Like within that, but there will be spurts and glimmers, and we want to do it, we should do that. So be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how the new creation should appear or when. Just form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well and trust in spirit. Be prepared to be amazed. So let's drop our coins into the wishing well. What do you wish for today? What is something that would make you feel bright and adorned with creative aspirations? For me, sometimes it is simply looking in my Etsy store and seeing some of the designs that I made. And then I'm like, oh, I want to work in that color. I want to paint in that color. I want to, like, look at this. I love this so much, that wishing well. All the beautiful, like, gold butterflies coming out, the jester crown. I love that. Sparks, inspiration, glimmers, ideas. And know that at any time, any given time, and creatives know this, we go through feast and famine stages, right? Where sometimes we're just like, I just cannot. And then there are other times it's like, give me the whole house range so I can create, right? So just, you know, don't force anything to happen. Just let it and allow and be prepared to be amazed. So that's your daily pop, you guys. Love and light.